waiting on you. We're getting ready to pray. There you go.
That's good.
All right, let's pray.
We are here to ask you to guide and protect us as we are our children and dancing and practicing our dances. We ask that you guide and protect those who are on the road driving. Make sure they have a safe lane where they're going. Please guide LJBL, quick passing the lane. Make sure you get some more. And
Amen.
Amen.
That's our introductory prayer. You may be seated. Before I go anywhere, I don't matter where it is, but I always have to leave a foundational text. So when you go home or wherever you are, you remember the scripture, you can refer to the Bible. And I hope it's not too much. I try not to make it long, but I just have to get the point for our discussion today. Our text comes from 1 Samuel chapter 9. And I'll be reading from the New International Version. And this story is a familiar story in the body of Christ, but it's dealing with David and Mephibosheth. Y'all might pronounce that name better than me, but here's the story. Now David asks, is there anyone still left out of the house of Saul whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake? Now there was a servant of Saul's household named Ziba. They summoned him to appear before David, and the king said to him, are you Ziba? At your service, he replied. And the king asked, is there no one still alive from the house of Saul to whom I can show God's kindness? And Ziba answered the king, there is still a son of Jonathan. He is lame in both feet. Where is he? The king asked Ziba. He answered, he is in the house of Micah, son of Amiel in Lodabar. So King David had him brought from Lodabar from the house of Micah, son of Amiel. When Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. And David said, Mephibosheth, at your service, he replied. Don't be afraid. David said to him, for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table. Now Mephibosheth bowed down his head. What is your servant that you should notice? And this just all of this reading for this same line right here, I want you all to really remember. And he answered, the subject, the guy we're going to talk about today, Mephibosheth, and he answered, what is your servant that you should notice a dead dog like me? Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's steward, and said to him, I have given your master's grandson everything that belonged to Saul and his family. You and your sons and your servants are to farm the land for him and bring in the crops, so that your master's grandson may be provided for. And Mephibosheth, grandson of your master, will always eat at my table. And then Ziba said to the king, your servant will do whatever you command me to do. And so they made a commitment that day that they would serve Mephibosheth, and he would sit at the king's table. Anyone familiar with that verse on that scripture, that portion of the Bible? Oh, no, you. So you only know Bible scholars. It's a good thing I did that. So you all can use that text after I do what I do today. And you all can really use that. For my topic and what we're going to be dealing with today is reflections. Reflections. I hope I have time to deal with all of it. I hope I have time to deal with it. But Mephibosheth was, first of all, Mephibosheth was the grandson of a king who died. David was the king who replaced the dead king. And David decided that I would honor the grandson of the former king. That's the whole story. Now, let's talk about successful people. Anyone know any successful people in the world? Bill Gates. Why is he successful? Yeah, that's a good point. Anyone know any other successful people? No? Zuckerberg. That's who he is. All right, so you know that. Anyone know any local people who were successful? None of your brothers, sisters, aunts, anyone know anyone who was successful? Tell me.
Elder Christine Evans.
Ms. Evans is successful. All right. Anyone know anyone else who's successful? Anyone on your corner? Anyone on your block? Anyone you've heard of in Nassau or in anyone in the family islands? You can answer.
Yeah.
Who?
My mother.
Yo.
My mommy.
That's a good answer as well. So huh? Yo. Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. He's successful. And so
Just DJ.
we always hear people talking about successful people, and that's what we do, especially when we find ourselves in positions that we know we want to be someplace else in life. And so we think about persons who are very, very successful, and we say, really, I wish I could be like that person, or I really want to be like that person. Because as she said, sometimes persons have a lot of money, and you might see that as success, and so you want a lot of money. And so these is what we see. Give us the idea to who we might want to become. And so if you, especially when you're uncomfortable and unsatisfied with where you are as a person, you always desire more. And it's a good thing to desire more. It's an excellent thing to desire more. And so let's talk about them. Persons who we think are failures. Anyone know anyone who they think are failures, unsuccessful people? Tell me.
Myself.
What the
You see
devil?
yourself as a failure.
No,
You
no,
get
no,
to
you
that.
know what's right.
You too. Huh? I can't hear you. Rodriguez?
Drug dealers.
Oh, Rodriguez. Listen, yeah, I know that but I don't get more personal. Rather than drug dealers, you know anyone who you consider to be a failure? A Jones, so that's really common. A Jones, so that means people who walking on the street.
A Jones mom?
Drugs are crazy. Which one you call it?
Both.
All right, then. Who else?
take visas. You just say Woody Rich?
But let's talk about failures. You ain't got to be reserved, You got to be reserved. You can make it stale and boring. Who are failures? Round your corner. Any failures around any of your corners? You. Any failure to your corner?
Yeah.
No. Everyone's successful in your circle. But any failures there?
I can't come outside and miss people.
Double failures. Who else? Who else know any failures? But there are some persons that we see as failures, and that I'm sure that we sit here today, we don't want to represent persons who are failures, right?
No.
We don't want to be like people who are failures. We'd rather be like Mark Zuckerberg. We'd rather be like who?
Bill Gates.
And hey,
Say Will
listen, these
Smith.
are big money people. And so we'd rather be in a place where we find ourselves to be really, really successful. But the way people think have a lot to do with the way they act and respond to situations. And so you have to understand that. The way you think have a lot to do with who you will become in life. Whether you be a failure or you be successful. And so you have to get towards getting your mind together to become successful. You understand that? You understand that?
No.
You understand that? You have to think, when I was your age, I had good parents. I had both my mother and my father. And my mother was a nurse and my father worked on the golf course, and they had something going, and we had a really healthy young life. We had everything we needed. It was 5 of us. 5 of us, we went to private school, we do all kinds of things. And so to me, to some, my life and the things about me might have looked successful, but my life took a whole different spiral in all kind of different areas and all kind of different degrees. Prison, some people say I used to drink a lot, I used to do all kind of things, I was a drug dealer, like the person say. And so there's all kind of things that suggest that, the way we think and the things we do, what it does is describes who we are. So especially when you do things, then persons have that perception that that's who you are, that's who you become. Like when you talk about girls or boys who you may find to be gangsters or you might find to be little loose. What the word is now for loose girls?
Slide,
Slap. Man, I know another word in water. No.
What's that? Lulu.
Let's
Garden tool.
Garden tool. Yeah, but so then because you don't know them personally, so you just look at them for the way they carry themselves and the things they do. And like I said to you, the way you think have a lot to do with your actions.
Somebody can sit on that Lulu, please.
But when you consider being successful, what you have to do is take a self-examination. Just as how I asked you who you believe to be successful, who you believe to be failures. And you have a reason why you think this person might be successful, and you have a reason why you believe this person might be a failure. But with these reasons, then you evaluate other people's character. But to become successful, there has to be a time in life when you evaluate yourself. And in self-evaluation, you have to be really, really honest with who you are. The reason for you to be honest is that you can be true to who you are and you can change the things that you need to change. And so if you come to the mentorship program with Ms. Evans and Ms. Evans talk to you and she comes to you and she gives you good stuff and then you go home and your mindset still walk and you still have things in your mind that don't really line up to the things that she teach you and tell you, then you will find yourself to be almost a failure because you live in a double standard life. Because you say this person loose, this person bad, this person is a drug dealer, this person is unfit successful, this person is a failure, but you still not focus on yourself. And if you say that in the mentorship program and you put your hand up and you say, listen, I want to be a success, I want to do the things that is necessary to bring me to success, and then you go home and you display something else, then to me, you're a failure because you don't want to be who you say you want to be. And so we have to consider our thoughts, and when we consider our thoughts, we have to let our thoughts direct our actions. Direct our actions. So I don't want to go too far and too deep, but we're going to do an exercise right now. And it's sort of pointing towards self-examination. And I can show you how easy it is to examine yourself. What are the reasons right? I guess you all know what it says. I like break that up. I know. So we start with my friend right there. I ain't calling your name no more because I ain't going to do trouble. Too short of me.
I'm going first, Lily. Why you like to go up first?
So it's important to fix yourself properly and dress yourself properly. Lulu.
Tell us what you see. Say it loud. Only tell us 3 things you see.
A bright smile.
A bright smile.
Long hair.
Long hair.
That's good. She's showing you.
That's what you see. Tell me what you see. The way we think.
I see a young lady.
The way we think have a lot to do with the way we act. Tell me what you see. Long hair, bright smile, an intelligent individual. Yeah, girl, tell me what you see. Go around this. Tell me what you see.